Hi, Brandon Pritchett here. I just wanted to give you guys a tour of my new 2022 Z520R Ranger Bass Boat. Got this from English Choice Marine in Martinsville, Virginia. Um, so we'll go through this thing and check it out. Right here at the center, so I'm gonna go ahead and start right here with this console. One cool thing, if you notice, you can see the lights on automatically. They added these little sensors here to all your boxes, so when you open them up, they lights automatically come on. You don't have to cut them on and off anymore like you used to have to. But if you look down in there, you can see that these are a lot deeper. I've got pretty long arms, and I mean, you can see right there how deep I can go down in that box. So you got plenty of space for all your tackle and everything. And then I'll show you a neat thing. You can actually, with everything in there, just like it is there, this here is a almost 8-foot rod. It's 7 foot 8 or 10, I think. But you can actually still get a rod in there over top of all your tackle. It's pretty impressive how deep these are. Pretty neat deal. I like that a lot. So like when I'm getting my rods ready for what I'll be fishing with in the tournament, a lot of times instead of having them on the deck in the morning, I can have them in this box right here. And then when I get to my first stop, I'm ready to roll. You got a cooler, same place as normal, but it's a lot deeper than the old original ones. Then over here in your rod box, I've got quite a few rods in there. I don't know how many, but they have like a shelf system, you know, on this end here. And then back here, you got a shelf system as well that holds the butt of your rods. And same thing, the lights come on when you open the box. Right here, they give you a day box on the 520. So I keep a lot of my fishing line and, you know, spare reels. And then, you know, if I'm fishing with something during the day, you know, in particular, I'll keep that there and handy. Up here, I'm keeping a whole lot of plastics, and I got my rain suits, life jackets, tournament jersey, extra hat. I've got a ton of stuff that I carry in here, but you can also use this as a rod box too. It'll handle, I believe, a 7, 10, 11 rod, something like that you can get in here. So it will hold some pretty good size rods on that side. And also something they did different is they put this strap on the top of that box now. So when you open it up, you don't, you know, sling your rods or break your rods or whatever. You can open it all the way up and it's still tied, you know, right there. So that's pretty cool, I think. Up here, you know, of course you got your recessed foot pedal for your trolling motor. You got some places here to put some tools. I don't put anything up here. Then I've got the 2 Solix 12s, 12-inch Garmin, the Ranch trolling motor. Got the Mega 360 on it for the Humminbird. Got my stomp switches for my Talons, or excuse me, my Raptors. I'm used to saying Talons. Then you come on back here to the middle of the boat, and back here you got, of course, your comfortable seating. Here on the console, I've got dual 15-inch Humminbird graphs. I've also got a mount right here round mount for my GoPro that I use. New this year for the Ranger 520Rs, they have this Ranger Ride system. And this is a pretty cool deal here. So all your gauges and everything are right here on this electronic Ranger Ride system. So like your lights, you know, you can cut all, you know, your nav lights on, so your nav lights are on. It automatically cuts them all on when you do that. You hit one button, cut everything off, go back to your home screen. It's got a pretty cool deal, so you can run this in a night mode, which is a little different. Your first fish mode, so you catch your first bass that morning and you got to fill your live wells up. Well, basically you just put your live wells on auto or recert, you know, to close them. Then you just hit that button and it fills up your live wells for the day. So that's all you got to do, and then it just will run normal all by itself. It's also got, you know, you got a media to where you can play music and everything. Any alerts going on with your motor or anything will pop up right there. Settings, you could go through that and set this thing up to do a million different things. I just kind of use it. You know, it's got all kinds of stuff. I just keep it simple. But I usually just cut it on and run it right there. I don't really play with it too much. But, you know, one cool thing this thing does have is if you go here to the controls, I did get this on my boat. This thing has a heated steering wheel and keeps your hands warm when you're running up the lake in the morning. That's a pretty cool thing I really like about this boat. But anyways, that's the Ranger Ride system. And over here on this side, I've got my Raptors up and down there, and then I've got, it's your engine start. You know, it just push button. Got a horn button, but that's all the gauges this thing has. Now if you come here to this middle console, in here it's pretty cool. They added a little wireless charger for your phone, so you can just set your phone on there and it will charge your phone. Also, this boat has a fob, so that power switch there, if you can see that over here, when I hit the button on this, everything shuts off. Same thing when I cut it on with the fob. It's pretty neat deal. And it's supposed to work too, kind of like a kill switch. So if you had that in your pocket and you fell in the water, it's supposed to shut everything down. Although I wouldn't recommend doing that. Use the old trusty rope and let it pull the kill switch and shut everything off. Outside of that, I am running a hot foot on this one. And let's see, anything else right here? I can't think of anything else. Your seats are, you know, fully slide forward and back. That's one thing I'll show you. I mean, you know, if you don't have long legs, you can move way up, or if you got long legs, you can move way back. It's got plenty of room. I mean, I'm not cramped in here like I was in my last boat. This one's got plenty of room. Back here, you got your live wells, which mine are a little bit dirty. I have fished a couple tournaments in this one, and fortunately have put some bass in here. Comes with this little tab here to hold your cull tags, which is pretty cool. So you don't have to add any more screws or anything to it. Cull tags I just bought and put in there. Your boxes back here, these are huge. I keep a lot of plastic and some of the heavier, you know, other boxes back here, fire extinguishers back here. And then the box behind this seat here, I keep full of all kinds of plastics and, you know, hooks and weights and just all the heavier stuff I like to carry back here. I've got a A-rig box there just to give you an idea of how deep these boxes are. So you can see here, if I pull this out, look how big that box is right here. I mean, that's a big box. And, you know, when you set it down in there, it almost disappears. It's huge storage. It's hard to say how much tackle I've got in this boat. It's a bunch. Then back here in the back, so I changed it up a little bit. This boat does come with a it does come with a line spooler from the factory. I took it out. I found I didn't really use that, so I will put it back in when I sell the boat. But you know, it just something I'm not going to personally use. But I've got my weigh bag in here. I got my toolbox, which is a pretty cool box. This comes actually with the boat, and I keep, you know, I just used it, put all my tools in here for, you know, whatever you might need. Got a prop wrench in there. I got a bunch of electrical components, you know, electrical tape, all kinds of good stuff. Screwdrivers, Allen wrenches, you know, all the stuff you might need in an emergency. It also does come with a spare prop holder that goes right there where you see that circle. I took that out as well because I needed the space, and I don't carry a spare prop unless I'm traveling. So I probably should, because I have thrown a couple blades over the last few years, but I'm not. I did go with the new Tracker lithiums. They come standard from the factory. Well, I say standard. If you order them, they come standard. So, you know, I do have 4 of those, and I went with the PowerPole Charge, which you can see back there. That is an awesome deal right there. So I'll show you something kind of cool that you can do with the PowerPole Charge. I'll get my phone out here. So if you go to, you got to put an app on your phone. It's called Sea Monster. You put this app on your phone, and then you connect it, and let's see, I might need to turn the brightness down on my phone a little bit so you can see. Yeah, there you go. So there's the PowerPole Charge, and as you can see, you know, all my batteries are good, and I'm able to just look at these on my telephone and know how much charge I got. So I really like that. I think that's a pretty cool thing. I would highly recommend you getting one if you can, if you're gonna fish a bunch. But that's the back here. And also, you know, outside of the factory, I run my own dedicated power for all my electronics on this switch here. So I added that outside of factory. That way I've got clean power to all my electronics. Don't get any interference or anything. And back here at the back, something else new they added to this boat is this panel here will come off, and you're able to access like all kinds of stuff in here that you know have a hard time getting to in any other boat. And then of course I got the 250 Mercury 4-stroke, Pro XS 4-stroke. That thing is a beast. This is my second one, and I have thoroughly enjoyed this engine. It is insane power and really good on gas, which in today's world, that's pretty awesome. And then like I said before, I've got the Raptors. Put 10-foot Raptors on here. Liking those a lot so far. They're very sturdy. They really anchor you down well when you put them down, and they do a good job. So I've got, you know, the remote drain plug, which is pretty cool. I've got the TH Marine hydraulic jack plate, which is pretty awesome. I've got this gauge back here that comes standard on Rangers to show you where your battery level is, you know, from outside the boat. So you can see everything's charged when it's charged. Again, back to the seats, since we're looking at the back of them. These are fiberglass finished to match your boat, which is pretty cool. They gave you a another cool thing they did on this R boat compared to the L boat is you've got net storage right here. They actually, it's a slot cut in there for the net, and it lays right along that edge, and it does really good at holding your net in here. The only thing that I didn't like that they could improve on, the strap right here that you just put back on there, it didn't come with that, so I actually had to add that myself, and it wasn't no big deal, but it, you know, it should, I think, be thought about in the future of, you know, maybe putting one of those in from the factory. Outside of that, if we come right back here to the middle one more time, you know, it's got like that C deck stuff here in the middle, and you've got 3 drains in here for, you know, getting water out of here in a hurry if it's raining or whatever. Over here on this side, you got your places here for your rods, but they did add, if you look here, they added some charging ports and stuff for whoever you're fishing with. You know, they can use it to charge their phone or whatever. You know, on this side, it comes in pretty handy. And down here, I keep my throw cushion here, but this is a handy spot that I keep a throw cushion, and I got my rope here that I can tie off the docks and stuff. That thing works pretty good for that. Outside of that, I've got these holes covered up, but they did change this as well. If you wanted a dual console, it's pretty easy. It's very similar to the Nitro. I think they kind of took that design to you could order a dual console and it just literally would bolt right in, right there. And over here on this side, same thing, I've got it covered up here. But I don't run dual console, so that's why I have it covered up like that. Other than that, oh, one other cool thing I'll show you that I found out they did. So, first of all, right here where the graphs are mounted, you see this step? So I have my graphs just bolted right to that step. I do not have any special mounts or anything. That's 2 15-inch graphs that I have just mounted in there, and I mean, they are solid as a rock. They're not going anywhere. The other cool thing they did, so if you can't really see, but if you take this windshield off, there's a panel right here that unbolts, and you can literally get into everything inside your console right there, which is a pretty smart thinking idea. Outside of that, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, like and subscribe, and we'll be putting out more to you soon. Thank you.